How good was the former president of Cuba at chess? Today we're going to be looking at a game played by Fidel Castro. He was the president of Cuba for, I believe, 32 years, which is a very long time. Fun fact, he stated that he had survived over 630 assassination attempts, which, you know, is quite a lot to go through in a lifetime. 630. I'm not even on one yet. So on this channel, we've looked at the chess games of people like Adolf Hitler, historical leaders, very notorious ones, Vladimir Lenin. So why not finish the series and continue the series with a game played by Fidel Castro? So let's get into the chess. I do want to actually say, just a disclaimer, this game is extremely crazy and the ending will literally shock you. I say that, but it will literally shock you. The ending makes no sense in this game. Right, so let's get into the game. That he was playing Filiberto Terezes, who I believe was a chess player, and Fidel Castro with the black pieces, the communist leader. Right, let's start the game off. I got my Instagram in the description just in case I disappear. I stopped uploading for about 4 months, so, you know, I'm doing lots of sports, so I might stop uploading. I've also got my chess school that you can join if you want to get better at chess. So let's see the game. His opponent opened up with the move e4. We see e5 and now f4, which is known as the King's Gambit. A very aggressive opening, one that I faced myself with the black pieces. You get very sharp, very aggressive. I know people who've got that kind of Mikhail Tal aggressive style. They like to go for stuff like this. Fidel Castro accepts the gambit with the move ef4. We see knight f3. You have to go knight f3 here, because if you were to continue with like a move, say d4, then Fidel Castro would be able to check you, light up a nice communist Cuban cigar, and he's got a very good position. You know, you can still play along, but it's not so good. I believe you need to go knight f3 to stop the queen h4 attack. So that's why it's played. So after this, we see knight f3, and after knight f3, Fidel Castro plays a move that I see lots of beginners kind of make. But he plays the move bishop d6. Now the problem with bishop d6 is that it blocks this pawn. As you can see, this pawn is now blocked, which means you actually can't get the light squared bishop out, so it kind of stuffs up the development. I was helping someone, when I'm doing my coaching, I was helping someone the other day with this. Big problem. So, you know, everything else was really good, but he had this problem. He kept on blocking his pawns. If you're doing that, you got to stop doing that. So that's what Fidel Castro played. We see the move d4, and now the move h6. So I suspect he's trying to defend the pawn on f4 by going g5. He couldn't fully go g5. I suppose he could, but I suppose he just wants to, you know, support it. So after the move h6, we see the move e5. His opponent striking down the center of the board. We see bishop b4, check. Now that just invites c3. And as you can see, white has got this nice pawn chain. He's doing pretty well. He's kicking Castro's pieces around fairly nicely. It's going pretty well. So we see bishop a5, now bishop f4. So now his opponent has regained material, which means he's got a good position, because he's also got this strong pawn chain. He's got the knights out, and Castro's only got this bishop out, and it's kind of looking a bit strange. It's not really looking into anything. And now Castro plays the move g5. Now this move g5 would make sense if this bishop was here. So maybe he could go here, maybe he could attack the center. It would still be a sketchy idea, but that would be the kind of the only way to justify it. However, the former president of Cuba had other ideas in mind and decided to go g5 straight away. We see bishop g3 and now the move queen e7. So again, he's queen into the game, maybe preparing to castle queenside. That could be an option here. We see bishop e2 and now d6. So opening up the board. Now I want to stop here. I want to try ask you a question. What is wrong with opening up the board when you're lacking development and your king's in the middle? So, if you did answer that question, the answer pretty much lies in the fact that it exposes your king, and it puts your, especially with this king and this queen on the same file, it's just going to put your position at great risk. This is not something you want to do at all. If you haven't got your king to safety, you don't want to be opening up the board. So we see the move ed6, and now we see the move cd6. So he's isolated a pawn. He's got an isolated pawn here, which means his opponent can end up targeting this, probably with moves like this, stuff like that. You can start targeting stuff. And after the move d takes, we see the move queen a4 now. So checking this, and you might be thinking, okay, cool, Castro can block this check and defend his bishop, as there was a double attack. Unfortunately, though, this invites a strong move. I encourage you to pause the video and try find it. So, if you did try and find it, and you found it, congratulations, the move is d5, but the point is that you either lose one piece, you either lose the bishop or you lose the knight. Castro played the move bishop d8 here. He cannot move his knight as it is pinned. That doesn't really help any matters because the move dc6 is played, and now the move b5. And by the way, I said this game was going to get crazy, and not all is what it seems. That's all I'm going to say. It may seem that Castro's got a horrible position. It's going to get pretty intense. So the queen takes here. We see the move a6 now, and now the move queen a4. So the queen slid back. Castro's at risk of discovery attacks. So he's got to be extremely careful here. Now after this, Castro's ignored all of this. He's looked on the king side. He's looked at one side and he's thought, okay, cool, I don't care. So Castro's in a bit of trouble and he's gone g4, which is pretty bad because now the move c7 can be played. And now we see the move bishop d7. And so it looks like his queen's under attack. Although, you can actually take this with check first. We see takes, we see rook d8. And now the move queen d4. This queen slides in and also attacks this rook simultaneously. So Castro is down 6 pieces of material. There's a lot of trouble here. He decides to take this. And the next move is just absolutely crazy. His opponent plays the move queen h8. Which, unfortunately, blunders checkmate in 1. Now, Castro ends up winning the game. Now, I suspect his opponent was a bit too scared to win. I think history would prove that you don't want to annoy communist leaders, as you might find yourself in the gulag. Now, this may have actually infuriated Castro even more. I'm not too sure. But anyway, maybe he just actually missed it. I really doubt it, though. So anyway, that's the game of the ex-Cuban president. I thought I'd show the game because we like to show historical games around here. If you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe, let me know in the comments. If you want to get better at chess, I've got the Meister School. You can check the link in the description. I've got my Instagram. I may stop uploading. I stopped uploading for about 4 months. So just in case I stop uploading, got the Instagram there. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a good day.